Mahindra couldn't have picked a better day to showcase its future. Today is Independence Day. We're celebrating 75 years of Indian independence, and it's great to see an Indian company on top of its game. Mahindra is showing what could be the next 75 years for the company. Definitely, it's going to be all electric. They've launched or showcased not one but five SUVs, and three of them are almost 90% ready for production. And the man behind shaping these SUVs, designing them, is Pratap Bose, the Chief Design Officer. Pratap, congratulations. Firstly, it's just, I think you guys have knocked it out of the park. Big day. I mean, it doesn't get better. I think even in your career, you've never done something like this.
No, Hormazd, I think you've known me for a long time and we've known each other. I think this has been one of the most momentous days in my automotive design career. It's a very important day as well because of obviously 15th August. It's been lucky for us. The last couple of 15 August where we've launched products have all gone and become blockbuster successes. This year, of course, brand new studio, brand new vision, brand new design vision, and especially, like you said, the future is electric, brand new electric vision.
And, let's coming to specifics. I just want to talk on the design philosophies. You've got the XUV brand and an all-new B brand or BE brand, which is really pure electric, which will give you a lot more freedom.
Yeah.
But let's talk on the XUV brand. Clearly, this is IC, let's say top hats. Obviously, the platform is new. And how do you kind of distinguish both these kind of, let's say sub-brands?
Yeah, so we have four brands, as you all know, Thar, Bolero, Scorpio, and XUV. And XUV has a design language of its own, right? From the 500, now 700. And as you rightly said, the XUV brand will exist, therefore, in the ICE and in the EV world. Whereas B is purely in the EV world. So when you look at it, you straight away know it's an electric car.
Right. Just sticking with that, in terms of design philosophies, how do you approach it? Obviously, this B gives you a lot more freedom because no real top hats to go with IC. You're not restricted in that way.
Yeah. So this was a clean sheet or three clean sheets of paper because we showed three cars today. And my only brief to the team was create a strong identity which is in line with Mahindra in general. So the stance, the ground clearance, the presence of the car is still a Mahindra, but the surface language can be very, very different. Can be modern. Take that opportunity to explore something new. And like all of you have seen today, these look like electric cars and nothing else. Having said that, on the XUV side, the E9 that we showcased today is another stunning car.
Absolutely.
It takes forward the design language of the 700
right.
to a next level. But it's rooted in there.
So a lot of cues of that even for the ICE vehicle we can see in the E9.
We haven't, of course, decided if we'll do an ICE in E9, but like we said, XUV exists in both worlds.
Right. Pratap, talking about this, just to be honest, you had a clean sheet of paper. You were not restricted by having to have an engine compartment for this. But again, clearly this has got a strong bonnet line. It's not very mono volume. Yeah. Was that deliberate? And if you're having this, are you going to have a frunk in front, for example? What's the thinking?
Yeah, absolutely. Hormazd, a silhouette of an SUV is a silhouette of an SUV. That has to be very clear.
You can't compromise on that.
You shouldn't. If you say you're an SUV maker, then be clear about that. And it comes with its, set of convictions. And you're right. So therefore, the silhouettes are very, very clearly SUV. You've got a very nice, long, horizontal bonnet. And yes, underneath that, there is a frunk, including in the BO5.
Right. So, so an extra additional space.
Absolutely.
But coming to that, it must be quite liberating as a designer not having the hard points of an IC to kind of contend with, so to speak. So where do you get the freedom? Is it fundamentally in the interior?
Fundamentally interior, first of all, you straight away get a flat floor. So that frees up so much space for storage, etc. in the console, for your feet, for the occupants. So that's a great place to actually gain the benefit of a born electric architecture.
And what about things like the HVAC controls? Are you going to move that in front so you have more space inside as well?
That's correct. So it also, because of the space that's liberated in the engine compartment, you can move a lot more of the other components into that.
Right. And the other thing I've noticed is that ground clearance and large wheels. Yeah. Again, I don't know how that goes with range. It is not good for efficiency. So how is that balanced out?
So the large, actually, you'll see there are these aero covers on all the wheels, and we'll use lower resistance tires, as Velu mentioned in his presentation. The other thing about the ground clearance is that we are using a lot of aerodynamics. These are already going. Some of them have already been in the wind tunnel and come back out, and some will be in that process. And we're really optimizing the wind flow around the car. Underneath, completely flat, sealed off floor, for example, completely.
Right.
So,
Talking about a flat floor, I want to know 7-seater, 3-row configurations. How does that fit in with a flat floor? Can you really have a genuinely usable third row when you have an architecture like this, or are there still some compromises in terms of space and things?
Some of them, if you have the rear motor, can be an issue, because that's where some legs can come. But if you have a pure front wheel drive, front motor, you can get away with that.
But this is going to always have a rear motor, from what I understand.
Yes,
so that could be a little bit of a challenge.
It could be. We are, of course, showcasing this as a 5-seater. If we ever do a 7-seater, we'll look at what to do, and that's why we have the XUV derived products as well, from that world.
Right. So what you're saying is, with the motor at the back in an XUV derived products, the rear seat packaging is not an issue, or is it?
No, it's not.
Right.
It's not.
Okay. And obviously the fuel tank is gone as well.
Exactly.
Right. And just coming a little bit more to the design language, we've seen what you've done. I think we can see this is the future of especially the light treatment, the so-called grill treatment. It's not a grill, but a really big kind of slab over there. So frontal area seems to be quite large. It's not. So it's not just the bonnet, but even the grill is quite tall and vertical.
Yeah.
Is this the way forward?
For us, absolutely yes. Because like I said, we're doing SUVs. SUVs, the face has it needs to have that presence. It's what establishes that presence, that you've arrived. Now you look at all of these cars, they've got that presence. And you're right, we've treated the front completely differently. You don't need to take that much air in anymore, because you don't have a similar radiator, for example. So you can redirect air and openings in a totally different way, in a new way. The eyes of the car are actually the DRL now, because the headlamp unit is tiny, hidden away. So it really is, you said it, it's given us that chance to explore something completely new.
And Pratap, the BE05, that technically is your first Mahindra which you've designed completely on your own, with no kind of, there's no XUV element in that and all. Is it fair to say that's really your first car?
Yeah, it is fair to say. Yeah.
Right, so that is your first car. So
it would be the whole B series.
Yes, but that's coming out before that. So.
The one. Yeah. No, then you'll have to wait.
Okay.
Then there could be more surprises.
Oh, really? Okay, but something all new, because E9, E8, some styling or elements or let's say the body shell has been taken from earlier products which are not yours. So just want to know, is the 05 going to be really the first one?
You could say, but there's many things which we haven't talked about where you'll see significant
changes,
design input. Yeah.
Right. Okay. No. Well, Pratap, I can see you're smiling. It's been a great day, all charged up, and really thanks so much for talking to us, and congratulations. And as I said, Mahindra have really knocked it out of the park. They've just, not, as I said, not just one but 5 products over here, and some of them absolutely ready to go for production. The tooling for them is underway. The vendors, 60% of parts have already been given to vendors to kind of commercialize. So really, Mahindra is on its way to making sure that these vehicles hit showrooms and Indian roads in the time frame that's specified. So 2024 onwards, going to be a new chapter.
Absolutely.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Thank you.